Hey, this is Jason with Huck Adventures. Today we are doing an unboxing of a new shoe that we got from Altra. So really excited to try this out. This is going to be the Superior 5, which is a trail running shoe of theirs. I know you can't see my face right now, but really excited to try this. If you've been on our site, you've probably noticed that we've done a lot of reviews of minimalist shoes. So while Altra isn't necessarily a minimalist brand or a minimalist shoe, they do have shoes that kind of follow in the footsteps, pardon the pun, of other minimalist shoe brands. I mean, following the footsteps probably isn't the best word, because Altra, I would say, is the largest shoe company that follows these principles. So their shoes are naturally foot-shaped, so you'll see a wider toe box and not as narrow of a toe box as you typically see in some trail running shoes. Additionally, there is a 0 millimeter drop between the heel and the toe. So typically modern footwear, trail running shoes will have anywhere from a 4 millimeter drop at the lowest to 20 millimeters. So with Altra, 0 millimeters, which means that when your foot is resting in the shoe, there is no difference between where your toe is at and where your heel is at. So really excited to try this. We get the brand there nice and central. But at least for today, this is just unboxing, first impressions. So let's open it up and see what we've got. So some lovely paper, the branding all over it, which is great. And we've got the shoe here. So I'll just set this off to the side and just talk about the shoe itself. So on one hand, this color is dope. But with this, so this shoe, the Superior 5, is a trail running shoe. So you'll see on the bottom here that it does have some lugs, to get some nice grippy action on the trail. But one of the things I love about Altra and their shoe design is, when they say that it is foot shaped, they mean it. Like, you can tell, on the bottoms of all their shoes, there's this really cool bone-like structure that is in here. But for the shoe itself, take out all these fun extras. With the shoe itself, traditional lacing system. This was something that I was kind of curious about, because when I saw this online, I couldn't tell whether or not it was just stretchy laces, meaning that you didn't necessarily have to tie it, and it'd slip your foot into it. So I am happy to see this lacing system, because one of the things I wasn't sure on was if it was just that flexible lacing that you can just pull up, slip your foot in, was that when you're trail running, and especially tearing down some trails, your foot, heading downhill will move about the shoe. So a couple other highlights. So this little piece here, it's like a little Velcro piece. Oh my gosh, this is really strong Velcro. But I believe this is for gaiters. In the full review, if I am incorrect in that, I will mention that. But you can get your gaiters laced in. Otherwise, the front clip would kind of rest there. That way, when you're riding in snow, you're not getting snow in your shoes. So that is pretty darn cool. So just want to highlight again, we talked about the bottom with the grippy sole and the lugs, but just looking at it from the front, I mean, you can see, just the wideness of the toe box itself. So I am really excited to try this. I mean, I've been running in minimalist shoes that have about a 5 millimeter sole. So between where my foot is and the ground, there's just 5 millimeters separating us. These, I believe, are a 20 or 25 millimeter. Again, we'll correct in the full review. But it's a lot more cushion than what I'm used to. But at the same time, I'm getting older. And when I have done trail races, especially ultras, and I have been on, really rocky terrain, like my feet can tell, especially when you're cruising into, the last 10 miles of that, when you've been running on rocky terrain for 20 miles, 30 miles, like your feet are sore. So I'm hoping that with this, I'll be able to be a little bit more, not necessarily reckless, but carefree on trails. And by having that extra padding should be good. Now, just to go back in time a little bit, the reason why I switched to minimalist shoes was because of a foot injury. So this is going back like 12 years ago. But when I was running, I had gotten this new pair of shoes. I won't name the brand, but it's like the largest brand of running shoes out there. And, I got the shoes and I was like, well, let's go for a run. Let's just do it. And the injury that I sustained was more internal than anything else. And I could not wear, for the life of me, regular running shoes anymore. I couldn't even wear the dress shoes that I was wearing into my office. Anything that had anything greater than like a 4 millimeter drop, my feet would hurt. And especially like that, the back of my foot, kind of in the space where my heel and my ankle met. It just was not enjoying it. And so started researching and buying minimalist shoes, things with zero drop. So Altra fits that mold. So it's zero drop. It's just cushier. So again, really excited to try this out. Thank you to Altra for sending me these. Full review will be posted probably in a month. Got to get about 50 miles in on these shoes before taking them out. But I was just so excited that I wanted to pop on video real quick and show you all this unboxing video. So let's get running.